Hi, I'm Sian. Today I just thought we could sit together. So like a really short meditation together. Um, so I did a meditation the other week, which was based on the breath, and I think a lot of the time when we meditate, or if you're following meditation, it is keeping the attention on the breath, and that can be really helpful. But also I'm aware that some people don't like that focus on the breath, and I think in particular if you've experienced like issues around breathing, so maybe like a more like panic breathing, or if you have like something like asthma, which I have as well, then sometimes it can feel, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a positive always to focus on the breath. And I think maybe it's good, even if you do have those feelings, it maybe is good to focus on the breath at some point, but you don't have to do it right now. You can do it at a later point. So the other meditation that I usually do, if it's not like a guided meditation, is to just sit and listen out to sounds. I did like a little online course which was run by Michael Stone, and he did some really lovely stuff about following sounds, and he talked about how you could have he was talking about doing sound and breath meditation, and about how you could have the sounds in the background and the breath in the foreground, which I really like. And also that thing of you're just letting the sounds kind of come to you, and you're not engaging with them, and you're not putting like a name to them, so you're not sort of saying, it's kind of a bit tricky, but you're not saying to yourself, oh, that's a bird singing. They're just sort of almost like abstract sounds, which is a nice way of thinking about it as well. So you could, obviously you can do this a little bit longer than what I'm going to do this morning, because I feel like maybe it's a bit weird of me just sitting here listening to my own sounds. But yeah, let's just sit for a moment. So somewhere comfortable. I'm just sitting kneeling, but you could sit on a cross-legged or on a meditation cushion, and we could lift up a little bit again through the spine and just feel a little bit taller and relax the shoulders. And maybe we're shutting the eyes, or maybe you're just kind of keeping the gaze soft, or you could just look down at the floor in front of you. I always like to shut my eyes, but it's up to you. So if it does feel okay, you could start with that focus on the breath. If not, just sit for a moment and kind of let the body settle, and let the mind kind of settle. And then start to be aware of sounds you can hear. So you could start by being aware of the sounds in your immediate surroundings. So for me it's quite quiet here, but I can hear like the sound of the fridge humming. I've also got some beans kind of boiling on the stove top. So it's almost like, becomes almost like a pleasant sound of the fridge humming. So just noticing in your immediate surroundings what you can hear. And then you could kind of almost like reach out a little bit further. So can you hear things outside of your immediate surroundings, like outside of the building that you're in? I guess it just depends on what kind of place you live in. So maybe you can't hear anything. So here I can hear, now and again I can hear some birds singing. And earlier I could hear like a car door. I know I said don't put names on it, but so just listening to any sounds that you can hear outside. and kind of staying with those sounds so that we're not, as I was saying, we're not particularly engaged with them. It's almost like they're sort of pleasant background noises that are supporting your meditation, which is kind of nice for if you are in a really noisy place, that we're not seeing like the noise as like a negative, and almost like you can sit and you can meditate, you know, wherever you are. So we've got those sounds outside, just letting them be there. And then drawing them back, so coming back to inside your kind of wherever you are, or inside the room. So I was saying that I could hear the fridge, and I realised that in this room I can hear the ticking of the clock as well. But then also bring the attention to kind of yourself, so your body, and are there these little subtle sort of sounds that you can hear? So it might be the breath, maybe even like a little gurgle in the stomach. Just take a few moments just sitting, letting the sounds, all the sounds just come to you. Obviously you can stay there a little bit longer, but I will leave you here. Let me know how you like listening to the sounds when you're sitting. I always like it really early if I get up early in the morning and sit when it's just quite quiet and just maybe birdsong here. So yeah, let me know what you thought. I'll see you next week.